Oh, yay. So I am live, I would think. The thing is going to beep and beep and beep at me and beep some more. I know nobody's going to want to talk about this, but we're going to talk about it anyway because I can. Yeah. So I'll let a few people get in here so they don't have to, come back later to look at it and see the very first part of it. But good morning, afternoon. Is it afternoon? I don't even know what time it is. I think it's afternoon here. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Now, I just passed a sign that said I'm a Republican, but I'm not a fool. Ah! Biden 2020. So I just about took out Wes Myers's. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the debate tonight. WT Farm Girl. I'm gonna watch it if I'm home. I'll probably be working. I don't know. I'm going to mow hay. Still mowing hay here. I'm mowing hay, opening up cornfields. I got corn going out the door and all kinds of crazy things. But anyways, I do. Yeah, that was David Kaiser. He was sending me a thing saying November beans are 10:59. That's nice. Not bad. Normally I don't do that, but I couldn't cover my mouth and nose and hold the phone and a steering wheel while going through two very tight guardrails. I probably shouldn't be doing this while I'm on the road, but anyway. So I guess I got a fair few. I got 135 people in here. Give me 135 thumbs up just for the fun of it, and we'll be good. Yeah, herd immunity. Yeah, I'm the only herd in here. I'm in the cab of the mower. So let me see if I can set this down and possibly do this and drive at the same time. So from this point forward until I get to where I'm going, you're just going to have to look at me driving while I'm talking, and hopefully you can hear me okay. But what I want to talk about is the election and how it's being so misconstrued as to what has happened over the last 4 years and what's going to happen the next 4 years. Now, if you watch Joe Biden, you will know exactly what he's going to do. Um, Him and Camel Toe Harris have obviously been quite forthcoming with what they're going to do. First things first, Joe Biden is going to raise our taxes. He said so. He said it in a town hall meeting where he says, yeah, if you elect me, your taxes are going to go up. Um, and that just blows my effing mind, because why would anybody vote for higher taxes, right? And so we've got higher taxes. We've also got the fact that he's going to come after our Second Amendment. Both him and Camel Toe Harris have said the same thing, that they're coming after the Second Amendment. Now, the crazy thing about the Second Amendment is that it has nothing to do with criminals. It has to do with law-abiding gun owners. They also would like to defund the police. Both Camel Toe Harris and Joe Biden said this very same thing, that they're, defund or reallocate funding for police is what Joe Biden said. If you really want to get technical, if you want to talk about the Camel Toe Harris, she said it flat out, defunding the police is a good idea. Well, it couldn't be any worse of an idea. Um, I mean, there's good cops, there's bad cops. There's good congressmen and bad congressmen. There's good congresswomen and bad congresswomen. There's good senators and bad senators. There's good and bad in every aspect of our lives. We have good family members. We have bad family members. Family members that will cause trouble within the family, and family members that will try to mend the family unit. And it's just the way that human beings are. So along comes Donald Trump, who was loved by Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and the black community up until he became a presidential hopeful back in 2015. Yeah, that's correct. Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton actually gave the president an award for his efforts in supporting the black community. in the United States. So what happened to that? The president has actually been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Not for the same thing either. 3 separate things. Humanitarian, and the list goes on for 2 other things, which I can't quite recall in my memory because I'm kind of tired. But so we're looking at this election, and there's a lot of hatred out there. I don't hate people for their political affiliations or political beliefs. I don't hate them at all. I don't hate anybody, really. I mean, my ex-wife has pushed me pretty hard, so maybe I'm borderline absolutely hating her. But that would probably be the only person that I would say that I could maybe hate. But I don't hate her anyway, but whatever, such is life. Um, the crazy thing is that I listen to both sides. I mean, I listen to Joe Biden. I can't stand Camel Toe Harris. I can't stand her. Whenever I listen to her, she is a very smug individual. Is probably more responsible for putting more Black Americans behind bars for misdemeanors than anybody else in this country, as a presidential hopeful at first and now a vice presidential running mate. Um, I think Camel Toe Harris is bad for the country. I personally do. Mike Pence has been great. He's a vice president that does his job, whatever it may be, whatever the president asks him to do. He does it with due diligence and with precision. He does a good job. The president of the United States has a mouth that a lot of people don't like. They just don't like it because he blurts out what he's going to do. Been the most transparent president we've ever had in the history of the country, I believe, because of social media and his addiction to Twitter. Sometimes I think he needs to put his Twittering away just for a little bit because it overshadows all the good things that he's done. His mouth runs away, and mine does too. So, I mean, I do have a Twitter account. I don't ever use it. Apparently, I've had it since 2009. I've had the thing for 11 years, and I've maybe posted 3 things on it. That's about it. So, if you follow my Twitter account, then that's what you're going to get. So it's really nothing that I need to be putting out there. The President of the United States has done so many things for the people of the United States that goes unappreciated by the left. And actually, I find it rather hilarious when these, like Prager University, Dennis Prager has PragerU, and he has people go out to college campuses and talk to people on the left, if you want to call them that, people on the left, or any students on college campuses. I don't think he targets left, right, center, or whatever you want to say. He just does, that's what he does. When he does that, these people do this, Prager University do this, they go out and they make statements as though it was said by the President of the United States. Now, they've done this for years. Different groups have done this for years. They'll take the opposing team, if you want to say, the Democrat, and they'll say what a Republican has said, or they'll take what the Republican has said and proposed it as a Democrat. Anyway, they'll what the heck is that all about? They'll do that, and then they get the college kids all upset that, oh my God, I can't believe that Donald Trump actually said this, and he's a xenophobe, and he's a racist, and he hates America, and blah, blah, blah. But the fact of the matter is, it was actually what Joe Biden had said when it comes to Donald Trump. They did the same thing with Obama, and with Obama and Donald Trump, and Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And the answer is always the same. The answer is, well, I just hate him so bad we have to vote for the other guy. And it just becomes a mute subject. Like, okay, Joe Biden said that that the Hispanic community is very articulate, unlike the black community. Well, if that's not a racist comment, I don't know what the hell it is. I mean, that's actually hatred towards the black community. I know some black folks, very fine black folks. My new driver, Lewis, he's black. I like him a lot. I think he's a great guy. He's smart. He's intelligent. Intelligent, smart. Does his job better than anybody that I've ever had. Honestly, just does a really good job. Comes in, takes the truck, tells me if there's an issue, and he goes home when he's done. I pay him. Life is good. So he's black. It's great. I have no problems with him at all. Nothing. Zero. Zippo problems. Uh, so there you go. So that kind of makes Joe Biden racist remarks, like in 1973, which we're talking, that's a long time ago. That's 47 years ago, because I was born in 72, and he was afraid that these integrated schools were going to cause a racial jungle where he didn't want his kids to grow up in. And that's disgusting. What the hell does it matter whether you're black, white, red, whatever color you want to, under the rainbow you want to say? What does that matter? It doesn't matter to me at all. I went to school in a predominantly white school here in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. And we did have a couple of black kids come through. We also had, some Asians come through. We were all friends with these people. It was great. Didn't really notice their skin color. There was one black kid that I did not like. I can't remember his name. When he first came there, he was like the poster child for In Living Color. If you're my age, you would know what that television show was, and you would be like, oh yeah, no, that's what he dressed like that. So anyway, we know what Joe Biden is going to do when he gets into office if he is elected, and we know that he's going to screw shit up, because that's what he's done for 47 years in office. Joe Biden has been in government for over 50 years. 50 years, longer than I've been alive. Joe Biden has been in the public eye. Can't say that I see anything that he has done that is productive. Productive. I can really even tell you this, that watching the last two presidents before Donald Trump, there's a lot of young men and women that are forever changed by their policies. And I'm talking about the military. I'm talking about Iraq, Afghanistan. I'm talking about, unnecessary death in other parts of the world. And now I know, watching this president, that is something that we're not going to have to really worry too much about. But with Joe Biden, that's profitability right there. Fighting wars is profit for a lot of politicians in the world, and it's kind of scary. Mark Amuck gave me $5. Well, thank you. Mike Almec, thank you. So I'd rather have a big army that goes out and practices a lot, and deters the enemy, our enemies, from causing us harm, than an army that has been gutted from the inside and is expected to do an impossible job. Iraq and Afghanistan were a gutted military that was expected to do nothing, really. It was so bad, the policies of Obama, that they could become fired, they could be shot at and blown up, and they couldn't even return fire because, of whatever. So that was really kind of sad to see. Now, I think if somebody takes a pot shot at you, you kill everything in sight. That's my opinion. If somebody takes a pot shot at you, you kill them all. You let God sort them out. That's the military I want to see, if it comes to that. For the most part, a military that we don't need to use is better than a military that we are using and, we can't support. So, God bless our veterans. God bless our veterans. They did the job that they were asked to do. They didn't complain. They didn't whine. They come home with more scars on the inside than they did on the outside. The ultimate sacrifices that were made by these men and women were valiant. They did what they were asked to do. I'd rather not ask them to do it. I'd rather them volunteer to go to war and never have to go to war than volunteer and go to war and be left behind like the Obama-Biden administration did with the VA. When the VA was such a mess that thousands upon thousands of our military veterans died waiting for care, were misdiagnosed, or they weren't even capable of getting the treatment because because of the policies of the guy that's running against our president that straightened it out. The Right to Try Act. My sister died of cancer in 2014 under Obama. She had no right to try to live. There were drugs out there that could have, probably more than likely, would have cured her cancer. But because of the Biden-Obama administration, give me a second here, we're going up the hill. Because of that administration, that stuff wasn't available to my sister. It wasn't. There was an experimental drug that was available to her, but it had to be used in conjunction with a 50-year-old drug known as chemotherapy, which weakened her body to the point where the drug worked, but it didn't work to its full effectiveness because that was the only way that she was allowed to use it. And she used that drug in small doses along with chemotherapy to keep her alive, which was disgusting to me because my sister probably would be alive today if she was allowed the right to try. If she was allowed to do that, and she wasn't. So just weigh the options of what has happened in the past, what has happened in the past 3 years or 47 months. I'll end it with that. I got to call my wife back. If you're